Okay, it's less important for the banjo, but it's still important. It's the same thing here, which is you want your wrist on the left hand and the lower part of your hand to be completely relaxed. Now, you're going to be gripping onto this. The hand wants to grip harder than it needs to. The amount of force to actually push down on these is really small. In fact, you can actually bend your note a little out of tune if you push down too hard.
Got it.
Because what you're doing is now you're flexing the string and changing the distance. So just by pushing down on it, I can make it go wow, wow, wow. Right? My frets are a little low, so that one's they're a little higher, so you'll get a little bit more of that. So a lot of what you're working on is being able to hit the note, but not push down any harder than you have to. And it is really a super light touch.
Got it.
Okay. A lot of your practice will be doing that. Sometimes I'll practice, not even, well, I can't even do it now. It's not even hitting the note. Just enough to stop the string, and then add a little more pressure. So come down to the pressure rather than try to relax upward, if that makes sense. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and start with the pick. Here's the way I do it, which is soft fist, so it's like your hand's relaxed. Okay, good. And then take the pick and see how your thumb's in there? Wedge it right there.
Oh.
Okay? You want to keep your palm and your wrist in line as much as you can.
Okay.
Okay, so don't get in this artificial pushed over kind of position. Now there's an armrest here that is also movable. If you need to move it down another notch, you can.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, sure. I think mine is down one lower than that. But you can come up over the top. Now you have a strap there, which will help. Or if you're sitting and playing, what you want to do is you want to get it to where the neck is being held up by something other than your hand, pretty continuously. Yeah. So the strap may help at that point if you want to put that on.
So I don't want to have to hold up the strap.
Right. You see, when you're playing, you want your left hand to be completely independent of the neck. Right? If you've got to be pushing up on it, it's going to lag you down. Especially on these necks are big, so you're going to do some jumping around.
Right.
You don't want to be holding up the instrument and trying to jump.
Right.
So you want to be able to float free over the top. Technically, the only part of your hand that needs to touch the instrument is your fingertips. So if you look at that.
So then it's... Okay.
Yeah, you're just your fingertips. Now, I brace against the side here just so that I know where I am, for one thing. Right. And it's a little bit easier to not have the neck move around.
Yeah.
Okay. Your thumb should be in this relaxed position. So if my hand is relaxed, that's how you should be playing, right? You just bring it up here. Take your knuckle right there, just about at the nut. Good. Then bring your hand down so that your palm is in line and the thumb is just resting gently against. No, don't let your palm get up there. Gently against right here. Up, down. Good. Up. Good. Now point down at the bridge with your finger. Relax your thumb. Good. Okay. So you see, it's really like my hand is just like that, and I'm sort of setting the neck into where my hand is.
Got it.
Okay. You can get a little bit of a pushover. I mean, there's a few places where you're going to have to move your hand around in order to get your fingers to do what they need to do.
Okay.
But this is your basic position right here.
Got it.
Okay. And then your fingers just come over. If you have to, go ahead and push in and around this way so that your wrist is away from you to get those fingers down.
Okay.
That's fine. You can do that. Don't avoid coming up this way. Okay. Now this is a standard reaction for our hand, is to bring that palm up at the wrist. But the problem with that is, if you see how my fingers are like this, when I do that, it pulls them back. It reduces your stretch. So all of your stretching wants to come. First of all, watch out for the tensing.
Okay.
Right. Especially the thumb will try to tense into a stretch. Okay. You want to relax that. And if you see, if I throw this finger out this way, I can get my pinky all the way out there, just by relaxing and opening my hand up. Okay, and then when I close it back down, it just comes back down. So that's kind of where your stretches is. You want to be kind of going this way to do your stretch. All right, well, let's go ahead and try this D, E, F sharp, G. Okay.
Okay.
Curve your thumb. Open space. Good. Bring your finger up and over. Good. Straight down. Good. Now stretch your second finger out. Good. Now you can pivot forward and put your third finger down. Right there, yeah. You lift this guy up so that you can sort of pivot on your second finger. Now pivot your hand forward, and then you get that one. You see how that works?
Yes.
Okay. And it is. It's a little bit. It's a stretch in the beginning. So you come in here, this I've got a big stretch here. Now you'll work this stretch out. This stretch gets wider.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So and you can even do this kind of thing where you're actually physically stretching. You can do stretches, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it'll help.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. When we first start, our fingers aren't used to doing that all the time. So.
I see.
Right. So you're going to come in here and then here, watch me. So first
Yes.
finger. See how my thumb is curved. Then the second finger, and then if you need to for your stretch, pivot on the second finger. Get that third finger like that.
Got it.
Okay. Ideally, you will be practicing the stretch. So first finger, second finger, third, put all of them down just to get that stretch in there. But I still have a stretch, and I've been playing for years. So if you don't get it right away, don't worry about it.
Okay, I was like, oh my god.
Okay. Now you can see the advantage of the guitar style.
Yes.
First, third, fourth finger. Why don't you just try that one so you can see where you are. If you put one finger on each fret, right there, finger there, pinky.
Pinky. Oh, I see.
Right, then you would go first finger, third finger, fourth finger. Don't let your knuckles collapse. Come in straight down as you can this way. Collapsed knuckle is a weak, slow position, so you want to come in down this way. It also means you're pushing down too hard.
Ah, okay.
Right, because just barely pushing.
So 1, 2.
3, 4. Then you'd play first, third, fourth. But I find that's a little, especially on this instrument, it's a little harder in the beginning.
Jeez.
Yeah, see what I mean? So that's why I recommend using the first, second, and third fingers instead when you first start off.
Okay. Although I can get the distance with the pinky.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll want to work on both ways of doing things, but really work this stretch in the beginning because there's a lot of chords that you're going to need to make that are going to require a big jump like that also.
Okay.
Which we will talk about.